In this tutorial, we'll show you how to change over the whole gun, including the manifold. As you can see on the left, we have the original gun, still connected to a whole heap of wires which will simulate the machine. On the left, we have the red gun, which we're going to use as our new gun. Now, this gun will obviously be attached under your bar somewhere. You need to remove the butterfly bolts holding it in place. But before you do anything, I suggest you shut down the entire machine. Turn off the machine at the power point, turn off the water at the tap, and turn off your gas bottle. Once that's done, get your gun and hold down all the buttons. And keep holding them down until absolutely everything stops coming out. That way your system is completely depressurized. If you don't do that, you're going to get covered in syrup and soda water, and you're probably going to get covered anyway, but trust me, you'll get covered more if you don't. Alright, once that's done and all the pressure's out of your machine, what we need to do is to remove these pipes and put them into the new gun. To do that, we first have to loosen these pins. When loosening these pins, make sure you don't pull them too far out, otherwise they'll come all the way out and they're just a little bit difficult to get back into place. You just have to raise them up until the pipe becomes loose. Once that's done, do exactly the same thing on your new gun, and one at a time remove the pipes and put them in exactly the same spot in the new gun. If you do them one at a time in this manner, you won't confuse what's going where, and hopefully everything will be exactly the same on the new gun as it was on the old gun. As you push each pipe in, make sure you push the locking pin back down into place, just to make sure it stays in there. Sometimes you'll find it easier to do the water and soda water first, but I usually just tend to start at one end and go down to the other. There you go. The new gun is in place. Once that's done, you need to leak test it. To do that, first of all, turn your water back on, then come out and make sure nothing's leaking. If it is leaking, it'll usually be leaking from here somewhere. After that, add some pressure, go and turn your gas on, and then turn your machine on. With the gas turned on, it will supply pressure to all your syrup pumps, and you'll have to make sure that no syrup's leaking and no soda water's leaking. Assuming everything went in properly, there's no leaks, next thing you do is hold down all the buttons again and just run some product back through again, and you should be fine, and you should be ready to go with that section. However, you still need to set your syrup strengths. With a new gun, they're not always set 100% where they should be. We'll show you how to do that in the next tutorial. But before we go on, one thing I will show you is the buttons. I have been asked several times, alright, I've got a Coke button where a lemonade button should be. Coke's coming out through the lemonade, lemonade's coming out through the Coke. How do I fix that? Buttons are really simple, they just push on. So using a flathead screwdriver, simply lift the old button off, and when you need it to go back on again, it just pushes back into place and locks in. They're really easy to change. So if your new gun comes with a tonic water button there, and it should have an orange juice button there, simply swap it out from the button on your old gun, and see the other tutorial, part 1, about how to make sure the butterfly plates underneath are set up correctly for that.